Well, I couldn't really think of a flatter loss than this. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Seat Media. Today, we're going to recap tonight's sixth game of the National League Championship Series between the Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks as the Phillies lose in such a flat and just terrible fashion, 5-1 tonight. I mean, this is just pathetic. I mean, you're coming off of a 6-1 victory in Arizona. You get the day off on Sunday, and you come out, and your offense just does absolutely nothing. I mean, swinging at terrible pitches. I mean, this is terrible. Now, guys, before you get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please share, engage the bell, like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. I am just so disgusted with the way this team played tonight. I mean, probably the most upset I've been after a loss. Believe it or not, I mean, even after the Game 4 loss, I'd say that was probably our worst loss of the postseason. I feel like this one I'm most mad about because you could have taken care of business tonight, and you did. And it wasn't like we blew a huge lead. I mean, we didn't even blow a lead, right? We didn't even lead at all in this game at all. But I'm tired of people going after Aaron Nola. I understand, yes, he didn't really do his job tonight. I completely understand. He was lousy. He wasn't very good. But whether he would have given up 2 runs or 4 runs, it didn't really matter because our offense didn't do anything. It was flat. It was terrible. So, I mean, for that, I mean, you can't really blame him for that, right? I mean, you can't be too hard on this guy. I mean, still, I'm not happy with what he did tonight, and I still believe he folds under pressure, and I really don't think he's meant to pitch in a big game because I just don't think he can handle the pressure. And now, I mean, Game 7, anything can happen. And that's a position you don't want to put yourself into when you once led this series 2-0. And we shouldn't even be here right now. We shouldn't even be here. We should be preparing for the World Series. If you shouldn't have blown that Game 4. You blew that Game 4, and arguably you could have and should have won Game 3. So don't give me that. I mean, you put yourselves in this position. I mean, unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. I mean, I just had to turn it off. I just couldn't watch it anymore. I mean, I had to turn off all my notifications, ESPN. I don't want to see any highlights. I don't want to see any handshakes. I don't want to see any of it. You know, I just don't. You know, I'm so disgusted with the way this team played. You know, we fell short last year, and I want to make it back there. You know, and it's so frustrating how we let them back in the series. I mean, we had them 2-0. It wasn't like it was a 3-0 lead, but you let them back in the series, and now in Game 7, anything could happen. It's anybody's game, and that's a position, again, you do not want to put yourself into. Now, I understand it's not over. It's not over, but, I mean, I'm frustrated. I'm really, really frustrated because we showed no fight at all. None. Absolutely none. We went home, you know, with a 3-2 series lead, and we showed no fight. No fight here in Game 6. None. And it's so discouraging. It's really hard to be encouraged after this loss. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And you can't, I mean, you know, must-win position tomorrow night. Win or go home. You know, win or go home. I firmly believe we're the better team now. The better team doesn't always win. I've said it. I have to reiterate every time I say it. We are the better team, but the better team doesn't always win. I understand. But I firmly believe we are the way better team over these guys. And I don't think, I mean, who knows? But here we go again. I mean, another third-place wildcard team, you know, possibly making it into the World Series, which hopefully that does not happen. You know, of course, we did it last year, but hopefully we can hold them at bay. But it's hard to be positive about this game. I mean, there's hardly anything positive about it. Horrible. I mean, absolutely horrible. Now you're playing in Game 7 tomorrow night. And I'll give my predictions once we get there, you know, later in the video. But I'm just sick to my stomach. I'm just so sick to my stomach after tonight. Now, some people are saying that, you know, since you lost this game, you're going to lose Game 7. I don't think so. I even said, I believe it was yesterday, recapping the Saturday night game, Game 5, I said, whether they win Game 6 or not, which they did, the Arizona Diamondbacks, I just don't see them winning 2 in a row at our ballpark. Now, they definitely could do it, you know, especially if you take it one game at a time, but I just don't see them doing it. I think our offense is going to come out tomorrow night, you know, with more of a fight, at least I hope. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, there's nothing to be, you know, there's nothing positive about tonight. Nothing. Nothing. As we pick up the scoring summary here in the top of the second inning, Tommy Pham homers on a fly ball to left field, 1-0 Arizona. So this guy, he's been a bully his whole career. All he's done is tried to pick fights with people. He's a joke. This guy is an absolute joke. His second home run here in the postseason. He's a guy that nobody likes. Everybody can't stand him. He goes after Mike Trout, you know, one of the most likable players in all baseball. So I mean, this guy's This guy's a laughing stock of the game. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Luis Gurriel Jr. homers on a fly ball to left center field, and it's now 2-0 Arizona. So after a pretty clean top of the first inning, Nola was really dealing. He struck out the first two and allowed a single, and then struck out. To get a strikeout to end the inning, and then he starts out at the top of the second. You're like, what happened? Like, what happened here? I mean, it was crazy. Just back-to-back home runs to start the top of the second. And pick it up here in the same inning. Old friend, from the 2008 World Series. Right? It's hard to believe he's still in the game. Evan Longoria doubles on a sharp line drive to left field as Alek Thomas crosses the plate. 3-0 Diamondbacks. And it just felt like a loss at that point. I'm going back to old sayings that I used to say, over the past couple of years. Feels like a loss. Who said that? Jack Fritz, right? Friend of the pod, Jack Fritz. Feels like a loss. Remember that? Feels like a loss. It felt like a loss. I really felt like we were going to lose this game when that happened. It's hard to believe. I know I'm a downer, and I know that I'm always negative Nelly, but I really felt like we were going to lose this game when that happened. I really, truly did. I said, I don't feel good about it. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the second inning. Brandon Marsh singles on a sharp line drive to right field, and JT Muto crosses the plate, and the Phillies going to award 3-1. I mean, that was a nice way to answer back a little bit, and that gave me some hope. It gave me some hope, and that was our only measly run of the ball game against the Diamondbacks. It's not the Los Angeles Dodgers, who understand, yes, they eliminated and swept in 3 games. It's the Diamondbacks. I'm not trying to talk them down. If you're Diamondbacks been watching this video, I mean, you're still a good team. You fought this entire postseason. But I mean, come on, guys. Let's keep this. Come on. Let's look at the picture here. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 5th inning. Why do you continue to pitch this guy? I mean, this guy has been their best player, the best player in this series, and the best player they've had this postseason. And let's continue to give him good pitches to hit when there's runners on base. I mean, I don't understand the decision-making. Stop pitching to this guy. As Ketel Marte dribbles on a line drive to right, as Corbin Carroll crosses the plate, 4-1 Arizona. I mean, why do you continue to pitch this guy? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It really bothers me. I mean, the decision-making. Caleb Cotham, the pitching coach, what is he thinking here? What is JT Muto thinking behind the plate? Stop pitching to Ketel Marte. Stop. He's beating you. It's a message. Stop pitching to him. Especially when there's runners on base. Look at the Diamondbacks did tonight. They didn't give Bryce Harper or Kyle Schwarber any really good pitches to hit. I just don't get it. That's what you should do. Let's just keep giving him good pitches to hit. Now we pick it up here in the same inning. He does it again. Goes to my point once again. Stop giving this guy good pitches to hit. I mean, he's pretty much been the only player that has been a true thorn in our backside in this entire series. As he singles on a ground ball to center field as Perdomo crosses the plate by 5-1 ball game. Of course, that would be your final score. As the Diamondbacks come into Philadelphia and hand the Phillies the first postseason loss here in the postseason here in 2023. So insanely frustrating and terrible decision making, terrible play discipline. A lot of weak swings. I mean, Alec Bohm continues to flounder when there's runners in scoring position, runners on base, opportunities, so many strikeouts. It just was maddening to watch this game. Maddening. I am so frustrated, because we really thought, I understand this is why it's a best-of-7 series, but when you're up 2-0 and you're riding a lot of momentum and then you blow Game 4, you blew that game. You should have won that game, and you won Game 5. So we shouldn't even be here right now. We shouldn't even be here. The series should be over. And this is why, games like that come back and haunt you. It's insanely frustrating because now you put yourself in a tough spot for tomorrow night. Who knows what's going to happen? I do believe in my heart, I think we're going to win. I do. But who knows? It's anybody's game, and I'm terrible. I'm tired of this terrible decision making. Continuing to pitch to Ketel Marte when there's runners on base. Stop pitching to him. It's just terrible decision making. Terrible, absolutely terrible. So no one really showed any fight tonight. I mean, Alec Bohm, of course, he did collect 2 knocks, but meaningless hits. He had first and second in the bottom of the first inning, did nothing. Aaron Nola 4 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Yes, I'm annoyed at Aaron Nola, and I understand, we're all human. We're going to have a bad start every so often, but, every big game, this guy just chokes. He can't handle the pressure. It's clear as day. This guy cannot handle the pressure. He can't do it. When the stakes are high, he folds. He just can't handle it. I don't know. It's a mentality issue. I'm sure it is, but it's insanely frustrating. This also isn't on him. Come on. You're fooling yourself if you think this is all on Aaron Nola's shoulders, because it is not. It is not all on Aaron Nola's shoulders. It is not. This offense was terrible. It was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. The amount of runners we left on base, and we collect 6 hits tonight. Only pushed across 1 measly run, swinging at crap in the dirt. Bryce Harper swinging at a pitch that bounces to the plate. It's blocked at the plate. Let's swing at that. Of course, it was a filthy pitch, but still, just these terrible at-bats tonight, terrible plate approach. If you just didn't, it looked like Game 3, really. It reminded me a lot of Game 3, just not, even worse, just not going in prepared, and you fell behind, and you showed no fight. This was just roll over and let him beat you. This was just pathetic. And yes, it's still a series, but I'm certainly, not as confident about tomorrow night as I was going into tonight. I'm not, because the Diamondbacks, they're lining some momentum now. They feel this is doable now. If you just take it one game at a time, winning 2 in a row at Citizens Bank Park seems like a big task, but it feels like a smaller task when you already have won the first game. And you're just taking one game at a time. It goes back to 2019 when the Washington Nationals. Remember, go 1-0 today. If you have that mentality, it makes it a lot easier. Just going back to that. Remember that Davey Martinez. Remember, go 1-0 today. Remember that. That's not a bad approach. So I tell you, I'm going to be devastated. It's probably going to be the hardest video I have to make if we lose tomorrow night, because you're so close to making it to World Series. And if you blow this, I'm going to be so mad. I understand life's going to go on, the sun is going to rise, we're all going to move on with our lives, but it's going to be terrible. But with the rest and cope with the rest, right? Isn't that what they always used to say? So hopefully, we can take care of business tomorrow night, heading back to the World Series. So as we speak, the Rangers and Astros are battling it out in Arlington. As we take a look at the score, the Rangers lead 4-2. Of course, Max Scherzer is on the mound. Still got a long way to go in that game. That would be crazy, though, if the Rangers did win. Every home team would lose in that series. That's just insane. But, man, I hope we take care of business tomorrow night. I'm nervous. I really am. I do believe again in my heart that we're going to win. Rangers Suarez has been great. 1-0 with a 0.64 ERA. So I really do believe, we're going to take care of business. We're going against Brandon Pfaadt, a guy that we did terrible against in Game 3. That's one thing I'm not too happy about. Of course, we're at Citizens Bank Park, and we've seen him once before, so that's 2 good things. But this is why you didn't want to put yourself in this position. But guess what? Here we are. So we have to just accept it. We just have to accept that we're in this position. We have to play Game 7, and, it's just, you would love to take a pair of business tonight. But now you're going to have to face the guy you're really struggling against in Game 3. The offense already didn't show any life at all tonight, hardly at all. And now you're going to have to face a guy you struggled against in Game 3 in Arizona. So, oh boy, I'm even nervous to end this video because I hope the next time you see me, I'm not recapping losing Game 7 in the National League Championship Series. I really hope. I hope next time you see me, I'll be making a video talking about how we advanced on to the World Series. So, guys, that's pretty much it. I really appreciate if you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Predictions. How mad are you about this loss? Really want to hear your thoughts. I'm pissed. I really am pissed. I am really not happy about this one. This is brutal. At least we didn't blow a 5-0 lead, but it's still. You really felt good after a 6-1 win, a day off. You're not going to win every game, but this was a tough one to take. So that's my thoughts on tonight's 5-1 loss. Terrible, and you can't. This is going to be a big time choke if they lose tomorrow night, big time. So 8:07, the first pitch. Take care of business. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn the bell, like this video, comment this video, share this video. Check out social media, link in the description section at Phillies Hot Steel Media Instagram. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phils. Don't let me down. I'll see you guys.